Hi everyone, it's Laura here for ModaScrap, and in today's video I'm going to share with you how to create handmade gift card holders using products from the September 2019 release. Here on screen right now you can see some of the products that I'll be using today. We have the Good Cheer for Christmas stamp set and the Forever Green stamp set. The sets coordinate with two different collections of pattern paper, which have the same name as the stamp sets. This one here is the Good Cheer for Christmas collection, which is available in 6x6 and 12x12 format. And then we have the Forever Green, also available in both formats and as beautiful as the first one. For my first project, I created a set of a gift card holder envelope and a coordinating card. I started by creating the envelope and I'm using the gift card holder die by ModaScrap to cut one of the papers from the Forever Green collection. I'm using the 12x12 size, and after die cutting my paper, I'm going to go ahead and fold the envelope along the score lines that are created by the die. Once my envelope is ready, I'm going to start creating the elements that I'll be using to decorate it. And for that, I used the Forever Green stamp set, which coordinates with the paper pad that I'm using for this project. I stamped the images with Memento Tuxedo black ink on some smooth white cardstock, and I'm going to color them with my Illustrator markers. These are alcohol-based markers, so I can blend them with each other. And I'm going to use 3 colors per shade, starting from the darkest marker and then blending it out towards the highlight, first with the medium marker and then with the lightest one. I'm going for some very easy coloring. I'm keeping the darkest tones on the edges of the image and I'll have my highlights in the center. The colors that I chose are the ones that matched as best as I could the colors of the pattern paper. So by using pattern papers, we also already have a guide in choosing the colors that we want to use for our images. In the same way, I also colored the holly branches following the color scheme that is on the prints in the pattern paper. So I used some browns on the ribbon, I'm going to use some greens on the leaves, and for the berries I'm just going to add some light shading using some cool gray markers. As you'll have noticed by now, you will find a list of the markers that I used on screen in case you want to follow along and color this image too. But the coloring medium is entirely your choice. Whatever you feel most comfortable with will be perfect for this project. I didn't show it in the video because it's exactly the same process, but off camera I also stamped and colored another reindeer that I will be using on my card. And then, once my coloring was done, I die cut all the images with the coordinating dies, and I decided to use my fluffy in the color Old Linen to add some sort of icing to this reindeer that really reminds me of a cookie. So I'm picking up my fluffy with a thin spatula and I'm dabbing it on top of the image, keeping it only on the center of the image, so I'm not going all the way to the edges because I want some of that coloring to show through. And then once I'm done covering the area, I can put this aside to dry. And because my fluffy was out already, I decided to use it to add some shimmery splatters to the base of the gift card holder. So I diluted it with some water and used a paintbrush to create some droplets. And I also used the same paintbrush to add a little bit of shimmer over those holly berries, being careful not to put too much water there because what I used is not watercolor paper. The gift card holder die comes with a rectangular die and you can see that on screen right now. That will cut a rectangle with 2 slits where you can slide in your gift card. And I'm going to use that to die cut one of these journaling cards. This is one of the sheets in the Forever Green collection by ModaScrap. So I'm going to die cut this paper here with the season's greetings sentiment and the same reindeer that we have in the front of the card. And I'm going to use this die cut to decorate the inside of the gift card holder. I'm using some double-sided adhesive just in the center, not around the slits, because I don't want the gift card to catch there. And then I can move on and start decorating the front of the envelope. For that, I'm going to use my reindeer that I am adhering onto the lip of the envelope, making sure not to put glue on the bottom so that, my envelope doesn't end up being glued shut. And then I'm going to adhere the holly berries at the top right of the envelope front, and I'm going to stamp the sentiment for you. This is part of the Santa Claus stamp set, and I stamped that again with Memento Tuxedo black ink like I did my images. And that finished off my card holder. Next, I decided to create a very quick coordinating card, so I die cut some more pattern paper with the dashing rectangles and the dashing circles by ModaScrap. The papers are also part of the Forever Green pattern paper, and the sentiment, which was stamped with Memento Tuxedo black ink, is included in the Forever Green stamp set, which is the set with the reindeer. Using the coordinating dies to the Forever Green stamp set, I die cut the ribbon that I used to decorate my focal panel. I adhered everything to a base that measures 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. And then, because I was working while my fluffy was still a little bit wet, I actually flattened it out a bit. So I used a spatula and I dabbed it on top of the fluffy to make it look more organic and a little bit more textured. I mounted everything on a top folding A2 card base cut at 4 1/4 by 11 inches and scored at 5.5 inches. And at this point, because my fluffy was dry, I could rub it gently with a microfiber cloth to bring out all the glitter and the sparkle. And here is my cute little set with a gift card holder and a coordinating card. I think this will surely bring a smile to the recipient, and it was really quick and easy to put together. For my second project today, I wanted to show that you can use the gift card holder and incorporate it directly on your handmade cards. So I die cut some paper, this time from the Good Cheer for Christmas pattern paper, again in the 12 by 12 size. I used the gift card holder die, the dashing rectangles dies, and then I trimmed down the dark red paper with my guillotine trimmer to 4 1/4 by 5.5 inches. I started folding my envelope along the score lines that are created by the die, using a score tool to help me get nice creases. And then I wanted to do something similar to what I did before, where I used the reindeer on the lip of the envelope to sort of hide the opening. But this time I'm going to use the stamp set that coordinates with the Good Cheer for Christmas pattern paper. I'm going to create one element by stamping 3 trees from that stamp set. And before that, I'm going to create some masks with some masking paper. You will see what I mean. It's really simple actually. I stamped the tree that will go in the center, I masked it, and then I stamped 2 more trees at its sides. I'm using Distress Oxide in Aged Mahogany because it was the ink that was closest to that dark red pattern paper that I'm using for the base of my card. And then I went ahead and trimmed everything with my scissors. And the reason why I did not cut the trees individually is that I felt that by having one unique element, that element would be a little bit more stable, and this didn't take very long to do at all. The cutting is very easy and it was just about stamping 3 images really. Off camera, I used the Santa Claus dies to die cut these other elements that I'm going to use on the front of my card and of my gift card holder. I die cut them out of the same paper that I'm going to use for my card base, and then I started assembling everything. I have the trees there at the lip of the envelope. I'm going to have the word Santa on my card base and the word CLAUS on the envelope too, where I also glued down Santa and the reindeer. Next, I decided to create a little bit more interest on the background using the Snowflakes set die. I used the smaller and the medium size and I layered them together to create the snowflakes. So in total I die cut 4 pieces out of ModaScrap Woodstock White cardstock. And then I'm going to use my fluffy in the color Brilliant White that I'm brushing over the snowflakes to add a little bit of texture and some subtle shimmer to this card too. While the fluffy on the snowflakes was drying, I stamped the rest of the sentiment, so is coming to town. This is part of the Santa Claus stamp set and I'm stamping it with Memento Tuxedo Black ink on my gift card holder. Make sure you stamp it the right way around because at this point you don't want to have to start over. And then also in this case, I used the rectangle die in the gift card holder set to die cut one of the journaling cards in the Good Cheer for Christmas paper pad and used that to decorate the inside of my gift card holder and create the actual gift card holder. Before adhering the envelope, I glued down the snowflakes on opposite corners of my card front. I'm using some liquid adhesive so I can check the position and move them a little bit to get them exactly where I want them. And then I can finalize the card front by adhering the gift card holder. I'm going to mount everything on a top folding A2 card base. This one is cut at 5.5 inches by 8.5 inches and scored at 4.25 inches. And that finished off my card. This one was probably even faster and easier to make than the first one as it didn't involve any coloring at all. But I feel that both projects are really easy to make and are a great way to personalize those gift cards, which are more and more common for Christmas and birthdays too. And that's it for today. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and I hope I inspired you to create with the ModaScrap Christmas 2019 release. If you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and to activate notifications to always stay up to date with the release of new tutorials. As always, thank you all so much for stopping by and have a great day.